Where to, Governor?
A place full of drunkards, lechers, and the idle rich. Someone like me can only aspire to go there. I intend to be buried at Westminster Abbey, but there's not a lot of point in going there while I'm still alive. Buckingham Palace.
Are we going to see the Queen, sir?
We certainly are, Mossop. Not only do I have to report on my American business, but I will also ask for her help in vanquishing Dr. Dinsey.
But you aren't booked in to see her until next week, sir. And you know how she is about appointments and punctuality.
Yes, I know that, Mossop. But this is an emergency, and I am one of her most secret and trusted agents. I'll get in to see her.
This place doesn't seem very well guarded.
Do you like the decor here, Mossop?
Oh, yes, sir. It's magnificent.
Well, don't get used to it. You have to be born into the proper social circles to come here regularly. Even the servants here are a cut above the sort of rabble you were born from. What do you know about Queen Victoria?
She's the head of state for the British Empire. She's got a picture on all the postage stamps.
Do you know anything important about the Queen?
Only that you take back half my wages as an extra royal tax applied exclusively to servants and people who work for the Queen directly.
Yes, that's right. But remember, Mossop, it's a secret tax. You mustn't tell anyone else about it.
Righty-ho, sir. You can depend on me.
I have nothing more to say to you.
Righty-ho, sir.
He's one of the Grenadier Guards who ensure the security of Buckingham Palace. It's a well-known fact that one cannot reason with a soldier.
Go on. Do it, please.
He has a gun.
So?
Halt! Who goes there? Identify yourself or be shot!
I am Piers Fanshawe, secret agent of Her Majesty the Queen, and I carry news of vital importance to the Empire.
Piers? Who? I've never heard of ya.
That's because I'm a secret agent. Now let me in.
How do I know you're a secret agent? Do you have a badge?
Secret agents don't have badges, or they wouldn't be very secret, would they?
Do you have any gadgets then? You know, like fountain pens that turn into Gatling guns, or a walking cane that converts into a field cannon, or a top hat that always points due north.
No. Now, let me past.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes. It's just not for today.
Then I cannot let you pass. Ordinary people can't just walk into the palace whenever they feel like it. You must have an appointment.
So Her Majesty won't see anyone who hasn't got an appointment?
Well, if you were a royal stock yourself, that would be a different matter. They always look after their own.
I see. I'm the Earl of Lytton. Let me pass.
Yes, sir! Right away, sir!
Yes, we are Piers Fanshawe, which was spelt incorrectly, but we are also the Earl of Lytton, apparently.
He serves the Queen and no one else. He only heeds the word of Her Majesty. Looks like a pile of letters. I can't just take that without permission.
Oh.
It's one of the Queen's lapdogs. If one bites you, it's best to smile and bleed quietly, rather than make a fuss.
It seems very excitable. Go on, give it a stroke. No, that's not a stroke.
That's a capital offence. That is Her Majesty Queen Victoria, the greatest ruler the British Empire has ever known. She hasn't got much of a sense of humour, though. Nothing amuses her.
Well, from what I've read, it seems like she did have a good sense of humour.
Your Majesty, I am, as always, your humblest servant.
Fanshawe, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this about our invitation to your wedding? Because you know we can only attend royal engagements.
Oh, no, ma'am. Please forgive my overzealous fiancée. She only invited you because she, wanted to show how much she loves Queen and country. In fact, I think she actually invited most of the country as well. I hope you did not take offence at her misguided action.
Fortunately for you, we did not.
Thank you, ma'am.
Why have you come to see us? You are not due to report on your secret mission in the Americas for several days hence.
I am aware of that, ma'am, but there is a more pressing matter that I must discuss with you. One of national importance.
We are listening. Do go on.
A mad doctor is performing inhuman experiments on an uncharted island in the tropics and plans to create an army of horrible creatures that he could use to take over the world. There would be a war the likes of which are unimaginable.
Tell us, Fanshawe, when you were in America, you didn't spend all of your time in a place called California, did you?
No, ma'am. Why do you ask?
You seem to be exhibiting signs of acute aversion to reality, which is a common complaint about people from that region, or so we have heard.
Your Majesty, I can assure you that I am of sound mind and noble purpose.
Tell Her Majesty about the talking cat, sir.
Mossop, shut up.
What talking cat?
Your Majesty, I'm afraid my manservant is wondering about the identity of his father. Now, Mossop, don't bother Her Royal Highness with such unimportant matters.
But, sir!
My story is incredible, I agree. But surely any threat to the British Empire, however bizarre, should at least be investigated, should it not?
You have served well in the past. We trust your word as a gentleman that this is a serious matter worthy of our intervention. So, there is to be a war. We have nothing against wars in principle. They're very good for the economy. Will it be over by Christmas? We can't have it interfere with our speech, you understand.
Oh, yes, ma'am. It'll definitely be over by Christmas. The only trouble is, Britain will not be the victor. If I do not stop this madman now, there will be no one left alive to hear your speech.
We cannot let that happen. Very well. What do you seek?
Now, one thing that is confusing me is that Queen Victoria, from what I know of her, was no more than 5 feet tall. That's about 152 centimetres for anyone who isn't from England. But from the looks of her here, she looks taller than Mr. Fanshawe right here. Anyway, that's not really important right now.
I need a Navy frigate with a platoon of our finest Marines.
We cannot authorize use of military resources on the word of a single civilian, no matter how much of a gentleman he may be.
One more thing, ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I need a ship and crew.
Surely a man of means like yourself should be able to afford to charter a ship. You're not telling us that you are not a man of means, are you?
No, ma'am, certainly not. If I were not a man of means, I would not darken your doorstep with my lowly, poverty-stricken hide.
Well put, Fanshawe.
One more thing, ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I want you to send the Royal Navy to investigate Dr. Dinsey.
A gentleman would surely go himself. Maybe we misheard you.
I wouldn't dare imagine your Majesty is hard of hearing, but the acoustic properties of this room could have distorted what I said, indeed. One more thing, ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I just want your blessing, ma'am.
That we can grant you, Fanshawe. In fact, we can do better than that. We can give you a personal letter of recommendation from the Queen of England that, when presented to anyone, anywhere in the world, will immediately give you an air of superiority and will demand instant respect. It will open doors for you everywhere.
Thank you, ma'am. You'd do that just for me?
You are one of our most loyal subjects. You deserve it. Now, go to that pile and take one of the letters. Write your name at the top. I've already signed it.
Oh, thank you once again, Ma'am.
I will in a moment. We still have more to discuss.
One more thing, Ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I will need your permission to bypass the shipping blockade.
Very well. We don't see why you should not. Show this to the officials at the docks, and they will let your ship depart freely.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. One more thing, Ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I would like your blessing to marry Mirabella de Camembert.
That you have with our pleasure, although we are of the opinion that you would be better off asking the Lord for whatever help he can give you with that girl. We are only the Queen of England, you know.
One more thing, Ma'am.
What is it now, Fanshawe?
I will tell you later, Your Majesty. I do not wish to bother you any more at this time.
I'm confused why Fanshawe said one more thing to the Queen when he has nothing more to say.
Those are the royal letters that Her Majesty told me about. This is my ticket past the shipping blockade. This should put in a good word for me in any place where they respect the word of Queen Victoria.
Alright, let's go. We have a couple of places that we need to revisit.
Where to, Governor?
Actually, we have several places that we need to revisit.
I don't need to go to a park. I have no intention of having a picnic today. Take us home, driver. My manservant will give you directions.
I could have given 73 this catnip the last time that I returned home, but we needed to return here for one more reason as well, and that is to amend this punch card.
Here, kitty kitty, look, a nice, expensive, fragile piece of paper.
Oh my goodness, I must apologise. I don't know what came over me.
Don't worry, you're doing what comes naturally to you as a cat. Just as I planned.
Wow, that looks absolutely ruined.
73's vandalised this punch card for me. It certainly won't perform as well as it used to. Leave the mouse alone, dear boy. Try this instead. I believe cats quite like it.
Oh, wow, man. Cosmic. I feel groovy.
While 73 is otherwise engaged, I shall save the poor mouse from a long, protracted death. I don't think I'll disturb him right now.
Have fun.
Where to, Governor?
we get the same response about picnics with Regent's Park. Let's head back to Mirabella's.
Barnsbury! Wait here, Mossop.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Gertrude.
I made some tea and cake.
Very good, Gertrude. It was fruitcake, but the fruit is fermented and the sponge is fossilized. It must be very stale indeed. I'm not even going to think of eating that. I wouldn't even let Mossop taste it. Smells like tar. It will fall apart in my hands. I need to put it in a container of some sort.
A container, you say?
It almost looks like a cigar. Heaven help anyone who tries to smoke that. It doesn't look very warm to me. In fact, it doesn't look much like tea. It's got things floating in it. I'm not tasting that. It looks like Mossop's bathwater, or at least it would if he ever took one. It doesn't smell of anything special. It's stone cold. That maid must have forgotten to boil the water.
Either that or we asked her to make this tea about, what, an hour and a half ago? So no wonder it's gone cold.
I don't want to show Mirabella the mouse just yet.
Why not?
Giving Mirabella a cup of tea won't help me get the engagement ring back.
Right, so what we need to do here, even though there is no actual prompt, is we need to grease up this teacup.
This should make the teacup very slippery indeed.
And that should grease up her hand. Oh yes.
It's cold!
It's Vichyssoise tea, my dear. Very fashionable on the continent. The sun will warm it up for you.
Oh, the cup's all greasy.
It's Wedgwood waxy china crockery, dear. Extremely popular with the royal family, I hear.
Well, why didn't you say so? If it's good enough for royalty, it's good enough for me.
And now let's try.
Look what I found, dear. It was just about to run up your leg.
Oh, get that thing away from me! Get it away!
I hope she won't act like that on our wedding night.
Why? What are you planning? You're not going to whip out a mouse in the marital bed, are you?
I will be talked at by you later, my sweet.
Alright, let's go.
Oh dear, Mirabella seems to have dropped her engagement ring. This is the most dastardly thing a chap could do, but I'll give it back to her once I've finished with it.
Piers, you worm! How could you let that horrible thing near me? It was as big as a rat! You're never coming near me again!
On the other hand,
I expect that's the kind of thing he will hear on his wedding night as well.
Where to, Governor?
Alright, we are almost done making our rounds again.
The Crab and Sailor Public House in Whitechapel. I have a letter.
That's all right, love. We've got our own supply.
No, a letter from Her Majesty the Queen.
You come highly recommended by Queen Vicky herself, eh? Not even Prince Albert had a letter like that. I suppose you can come in and look around, and if you like it here, you could become a member. Go on through.
Thank you very much. Dolly Mop?
That's what the young lady uses to photograph her clients. I can't just steal a camera from under her nose. That's one of those girls that my parents told me about. My mother warned me against them, and my father recommended them. I say, is this the men's room?
There are all men's rooms in here, my love.
So what happens in this room then? Do you do portrait photography?
Oh no, love. This is the humiliation room.
What on earth does that entail?
Well, the punter, the gentleman, takes all his clothes off and I tie him to the bed. Then I take a photograph of him and get it printed in the morning paper, so he's thoroughly humiliated before the whole of London.
Sounds very effective. Gosh, I feel humiliated if I'm seen wearing the same shirt twice.
So what's it to be then, sir? A bit of the old relief of Mafeking, a perilous journey down the Khyber Pass, entrapment in the black hole of Calcutta, a quick Disraeli or a threepenny Gladstone. I got fresh apricots in the back.
A quick Disraeli? I had to look up the term Dolly Mop, and it's a slang term for an amateur, often part-time female prostitute in the 19th century London. So there we go. We've all learned something new today.
Nothing. This place is disgraceful.
I know. That's why people pay so much to come here.
I'd like to know a bit more about that camera.
Why do you want to know?
I'm a keen photographer.
Then you come to the wrong place to get your kicks, sir. Why do you want to know about the camera?
I'm shy and I'm just making conversation.
Shy of paying, more like. Why do you want to know about the camera?
I'm a director of What the Butler Saw machines.
Really? Do you think you could get me some work? I mean, as an actress?
If you're good enough and if you are willing to do me a favour.
A favour, eh? You're in luck. That's what I specialise in giving. What's it to be?
Could I borrow your camera?
Oh, well, I'm not supposed to.
Oh, go on, I'll bring it back.
All right then, but don't tell anyone.
Don't worry, I'm going to make you a star.
Great, sir. I can hardly wait.
Why is this walking animation so slow?
See anything you like, sirs?
What an impressive set of credentials that girl has. It looks as if he's brought his son here as a coming-of-age present. It appears that this is his first time, in this establishment, of course.
Alright, let's go and see the professor and try out this new punch card.
Where to, Governor?
The Royal Scientific Institute, Kensington.
there will most likely be a noticeable cut, and that is because I clicked on the wrong place. We still can't speak to anyone right now, so let's just proceed with this punch card.
I told you it was a waste of money! Ha! Stupid contraption!
I don't understand. Computers can't go wrong.
Whoopee! I told you so, I told you so. Nah, 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 nah. Hands up all those whose expensive scientific invention is still in one piece. I don't know what you did, young man, but it showed those stuck-up academical snobs for the fools they are. At last, someone who really believes in my theories.
Absolutely. I'm keen to get involved in your experiments.
Well then, you can be my assistant on my trip to the moon. I don't need anyone from the Institute. The only qualifications needed are enthusiasm and bravery. You're obviously enthusiastic. That only leaves one question. Are you man enough for the job, my boy?
How dangerous is it likely to be?
Let's see. I need someone to go out of my rocket to explore the surface of the moon. Nobody knows for sure what's up there. There could be monsters terrifying beyond your imagination.
Ah, I see. Have you got room for one more?
I'm sure we could squeeze another person in.
Excellent. I'll bring my manservant. If there's anything dangerous up there, he'll sort it out. Or die trying. After all, that's what I pay him for.
Capital idea. Well, come to my house in Harrow later on today, and we'll be off.
Well, he says later, but we are going to go there now.